Morning, physics. It is Friday. You've made it through week 2. And some of you are really staying on the ball and on the game, which is great. Those of you who are slowly getting stuff done, I ask that you just keep putting away, keep getting it done, please. I'd rather have it in late than not at all. Remember that this stuff is all going to be tested on when we get back into the classroom. So right now I'll be doing quizzes, but no actual unit tests until we're back in class. So I do ask you to continue to give 100%, 110% of your effort. And let me know if you have any questions. So first thing is I updated the stream. I had some temporary internet issues, which I'm still working through. This is yesterday's bell ringer solutions, or the starter solutions here. And I will continue to upload that on the PowerPoint. So that's what this video is for. Let's take a peek here. So yesterday, these is the pictures. So these are the pictures. James? I know you're going fishing. Can you go fishing in the other room? Or just a little quieter? Okay. Let me know if you catch a big fish. Remember, James, please, thank you. Remember that when we do these type of questions over here, number 1 for Thursday, they're going to either give you the time down and back and ask you for the depth of the water. So example, 6,000 meters is not correct, which I'm noticing right now, because 6,000 meters would be down and back. So this is really 3,000 meters, not 6,000 meters. And I will change that on the Google Classroom as well, because 6,000 uses the time to go down and back. So this should be 3,000 meters. Remember when we calculate our wavelengths, we can use the frequency and the speed of light. Please just take a look at the pictures. And we always use frequency to determine the color. So remember what I said, it's usually orange or green. I don't know why it always works out that way, but it does. And lastly here for this one, it would take, I think it's 2 times 10 to the negative 8th here for the amount of time. Yep. But look at the pictures. Thank you, buddy. I'm in the middle of something. Thank you. Look at the pictures for the solutions for these 3. So yesterday you guys were working on a review. I saw some people did it. Some people are still working on it. Please get that done, okay, before you take the quiz today. In terms of your answers, here we are. So James is catching fish in the basement. There's no water in the basement. Here's your answers, but let's talk about them first. First, which wavelength is in the infrared range? So we're looking for the wavelength, but remember range, or classification, infrared, is really due to frequency. But what you can do is you can go down and look at the wavelengths that they are in. I'll see if I can move back up here too. Thanks, buddy. You can look at the wavelengths where they're in and follow it down to get an approximate frequency, and then run the numbers. Okay. The 4 answers they gave you are really far apart. So you almost can use the wavelength to make sure that you have the right range. In this case, it would be 10 to the negative 6th to the negative 3rd. But again, closer to the negative 6th here.
So for the fish, when they're dead, I can feed them.
Thank you. 19, compared to the period of red light, period of green light is going to be less. Now that is because you need to find the frequency differences. Frequency differences in terms of the green light has a higher frequency, therefore a lower period, because remember period is the inverse of the frequency. So essentially we're saying T equals 1 over frequency. We're increasing the frequency for green light, so therefore the period would go down. Number 20 is the opposite of yesterday's question number 2. It's just the opposite. It's asking you for wavelength instead of for the frequency. So take a peek at that. And then remember, speed is always the same for any of the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay. Agenda, I'm going to give you a quiz today. I'm going to leave it open till the end of day Monday. All right. So keep working on this. Gives you a good idea of where you're at through 8A and 8B. And make sure you have your lab done. And next week we will start electrostatics. Please email me with any questions. And those of you who are starting to fall behind, I ask you, please dedicate some time, even if it's a half an hour every day, to get caught up. Because I'd like us to stick with this. We're going to be doing this type of learning for probably a few more weeks, okay? And I really don't want to see a lot of lost students when we get back in. Please let me know if you have any questions, guys. I'm signing off for now, but I am on my computer, watching my emails. Please don't use the chat feature. Just email me. I was testing that, and maybe next week we can do a Google Meet. Okay? Bye for now. Let me know if you have questions.